Hello, we're going to be discussing Inuyasha. So Inuyasha is an anime show and a manga series about a half-human, half-dog demon and his adventures with a 15-year-old girl in feudal Japan era. They must collect all the Shikan jewel fragments in order to fulfill his wish of becoming a full demon dog. This program ran from 2000 to 2004 and concluded its story with a follow-up program, Inuyasha the Final Act, from 2009 to 2010. It's important to note that while we have watched the entire final act, I have not watched all 167 episodes of the original program, so anything I say may or may not be true.
But in my case, it might be because I watched every episode. Was Kikyo a good person?
How was she introduced in the story? Inuyasha was stuck to some tree because she shot an arrow at him. Didn't she have a vendetta against Inuyasha?
Yes, but she didn't know that it was Miroku that controlled them.
But the final act, I'm pretty sure she turned nice to Kagome after she realized, she's not that bad. She's learning to be a priestess like me. I think it was in episode 7 or something when Kagome was trapped in something with a barrier that separated her and Inuyasha, and then Kikyo was like, oh, I must help.
Oh, but speaking of barriers, this episode where Kikyo came and then she wanted to seduce Inuyasha and bring him to death with her. So she trapped Kagome against a tree and made her invisible to Inuyasha. I'm so sour about that.
So I think Kikyo is a good person. It's just she was manipulated by Naraku, and she's a little stubborn too, so she didn't believe it at first.
Oh, and then she pushed Lady Kaede.
Okay.
Opinion on Kagome's new voice actress.
So Kagome got a new voice actress for the final act. I was a little disappointed. I thought the entire cast came back, but Kagome and Sesshomaru's voice actors weren't there. Sesshomaru's wasn't bad. You can tell there was a difference. No, it wasn't.
It sounded like a bored white guy.
No, he sounded kind of similar to the original Sesshomaru, but for Kagome, it's difficult to mimic Kagome's upbeat original voice. So Monica, I understand, it wasn't easy for her, but again, it shouldn't have happened in the first place. I don't even know the reasoning why the original voice actress left. Did you like her new voice actress?
No.
Why?
Because it didn't sound like her.
I felt like in some scenes it was a little awkward. She sounded like a new first-time voice actress, and it was a little strange for me.
Swear to God, Sesshomaru sounded like a bored white guy. Is Kagura a good person?
Didn't she have that little girl Hana with her to carry that Kana, but she carried a large mirror with her. And didn't she use that little girl to do stuff for her? I don't know what
Miroku used. Naraku. And it's because Naraku took away Kagura's heart and she wanted to get it back.
Wait, what? What do you...
You don't remember he took away her heart?
In the final act, Kagura dies. That's a spoiler. She dies. And the way she died, it was kind of sad. She died in a field of roses. No, flowers. And she felt like she was freed from whatever was trapping her. I don't know what was trapping her. Naraku? Okay.
Yeah, but before, in the early seasons, she was like, just give me my heart back. Let me be free.
Even though I liked her powers, she as a person was not good or hero-like.
What's up with you and fans?
Shut the hell up. It was cool. In the Inuyasha game, she floated on some feather. That was cool.
Just Dance of the Dead, or something like that.
Dance of the Dragon! No, that's what she said, I think.
No, something with the dead, too. It's been a while. We're back again, these are new
Next topic!
Swagging my swag! Is Miroku a pedophile? Yes.
In modern times, yeah, he is, because he hit on several underage girls. Isn't he? What's his age?
In his 20s.
And also he's a monk too. Isn't he supposed to refrain from doing sexual stuff? Or was he learning to become a monk?
That's the point of making him like that.
Oh, it's ironic. No, he also hit on Kagome. And she was 15 at the time. That was disturbing. No, even in a manga, he was on the floor and she knelt down to help him and he started rubbing her butt. That was kind of weird.
Well, in this episode, there was this girl, he helped her, and she was 10.
No,
she was
what?
6. I don't know how old
no
she
way.
was. She was really young, and then he's like, oh, I'm gonna come back for you and marry you. Something like that. And then later on, when she was like 15, she was like, I'm ready, or 16, and then he was like, oh yeah.
I don't remember this. Marriage at a young age was acceptable. It's not acceptable now because we know better, and like we know that at the age of 18, that's when your brain like it's more apt to make better decisions. At that time, it was acceptable to do that. Just like how in China right now, there was a modern day pop star who's dating an 11-year-old girl, and he's like 20-something. In Miroku's time, that was acceptable. But even then, he's still a pedophile.
Who's the strongest character?
So, we're gonna evaluate Shippo. Again, Shippo, he's like 5 or 6. He's a child. He's
5 or 6?
That's what is said on the wiki page. He has blue fire that comes from his palm. He can shapeshift into different objects. He once shapeshifted into a bow for Kagome when she left her bow.
He has those little toys in his pocket.
Yeah, like the spinning top. It's not that he's not strong, it's just that, again, his powers aren't built for combat. It's just meant for convenience, for them to like commute on him with. So Shippo, in that case, he's not the strongest character. Miroku, he has the wind tunnel, he has the staff, he makes monk spells, like you know those papers?
Paper.
Yeah, those sacred papers. I don't know what he's specifically done before. But then there's the wind tunnel, which isn't good because remember in the final act, he used it up too much and it hurt him in the process. Sango.
Okay, so Sango's weapons are the hiraikots, the gas mask, I guess.
The hiraikots or the boomerang, that is a lot to carry, but it depends on how much it weighs. For a boomerang to come back, it has to be really light. It has to flow freely in the air. So I'm pretty sure it's either really hollow or just really light to carry.
As I said before in the car, it ain't. There's this episode where Miroku tries to carry it and he almost breaks his back because it's so heavy.
Why would you have a heavy frisbee? If you have a heavy frisbee, it's not going to come back as easy.
Well, then how's it going to cut through demons if it's not heavy?
I don't know. That's the mystery of it. If you think of the physics of it and like the science behind it, it has to be light, or at least like lightweight.
It's not a simple
or hollow.
boomerang. It's made out of demon bones, which could have a different effect. It could flow freely because maybe the demon bones are doing something.
Okay, but if it's heavy, how can she carry it all day on her back with no problem?
She's really strong.
So what about Miroku? Are you saying Miroku's not strong?
Well, he is strong, but not strong enough.
Another character is Kagome, who only yields a bow and arrow, and is learning to become a priestess like Kikyo, right? Other than that, she doesn't have any special powers. In fact, I actually think she's kind of amateurish when it comes to combat.
I think that the bow and arrow power is cool. She just doesn't use it that much.
She does. She uses it really often. No, she uses it often.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah,
she really doesn't. It's only like literally, like, once in a blue moon.
Inuyasha, he has this sword, Tensaiga, Iron Weaver Soul Stealer, Backlash Wave, Wind Scar,
Anime
yeah. No, when he's a human, when he has black hair and everything, that's when his sword gets all small and shriveled up. No, I'm so serious.
Yeah, it does get shriveled.
It does, and I'm like, bro, what can you do with that? But for the most part, I think the strongest character, in my opinion, is probably gonna have to be Sango. Oh! Another thing I forgot to mention, she has Kilala. Yo, that thing could turn huge and it's ferocious.
And it could do fire stuff.
Yeah, no, that's no. With Kilala, Sango is unstoppable. No, honestly, how would you feel if Cow was so cute and small and then the next second she was like, ah!
A dog.
Yeah. Is Kagome a furry? Inuyasha's half human, half dog. So technically, she did fall in love with a human who happens to be a dog.
Or she happened to fall in love with a dog. A dog has to be human.
No, don't. Why do you phrase it like that? No, she's not a furry.
Then, why she always...
Whoever falls in love with Sashomaru, that's a furry, because he's a full-on dog.
You seen the way she looks at her cat?
That's disgusting.
Yeah, you see?
Her cat is so cute. She doesn't look at the cat like that. Anyways, that's all we have for today's discussion about Inuyasha. Again, some of our information may be false because it's been a while since we watched the series, but these were our opinions.